agreeing to do the interview with me today. I believe you're working on Martin Crimp's work. Is it The Camera Loves You? You specialise in? Right, okay.
From Attempts on Her Life.
From Attempts on Her Life, okay, yeah, I've had a lot about it. Right, I do have some questions actually. Right, how did you approach Martin Crimp's style? He doesn't use traditional scripts. Was this something you found challenging as an actor?
Yeah, I found it really challenging because when we first read through it, it was really confusing. Like, none of the scenes made sense at all, and they were all so different. And when our acting teacher said they're all linked in a certain way, we were kind of like, how are these linked? Because they don't even make sense. But the more you read it, the more you familiarise yourself, and the more you realise it's your interpretation. It's nothing. It's not a set thing that you've got to do. You can make it your own.
And how would you say they're linked?
There's a running theme through all the things called Annie, and Annie's not an Annie. Sorry, it's not one particular person. It's culture and life. It's whatever you take to be yourself.
So Anne is not just a person. It's not just one actress.
No, it's you never see it. Yeah, it's
Annie is a car.
It's all sorts of different things. You never see it like.
That's amazing.
And going back to his style is very abstract and very outlandish, and it's fun to stretch his limbs as an actor.
Yeah.
So it's
Really challenging.
Lovely, lovely. I have read that there are a lot of difficult subjects covered in the book. How did you prepare yourself for this?
In some of the scenes, it goes about rape and stuff, doesn't it? And it's a bit off-putting at first, but then you've got to put your professional head on and just get beyond that and just be professional about it. You've just got to act it, really, haven't you?
yeah.
These are everyday scenarios and things like this do happen. So I think his way of showing it is, this is everyday life. This is what happens in life. He's not putting a line across it where he can stop. He's just going for it.
He doesn't, especially in this, he doesn't. I think going back to what you said, he doesn't cover things up. He doesn't like sugarcoat it or anything. Does he? He takes it head on and
Makes it more like real and realistic.
Looking at things.
Were you offered any sort of counselling or group therapy for things that you covered in it?
No, but it was very hard to leave that character behind sometimes.
Yes.
And because it's a very challenging situation you have to put yourself into.
Yes.
And there's one scene between us two where with my character was being very pushy and
Got to have anal. Got to pretend to have anal.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. That's
Right.
yes. Very.
It's very open and you've just got to do it.
Yeah.
If you feel awkward with each other, I think it's important to feel comfortable with your cast and to feel comfortable with each other, because if you didn't, it'd just be awkward and then it won't work as well.
You definitely need to be comfortable with open anal. Okay, moving on swiftly. How do you plan to make your version different to other versions? Because you said you've been given this freedom to act. How is yours going to stand out?
We haven't watched any videos or anything of it being done before, so we have no clue what anybody's ever done. This is like completely new to us. We've literally read the play and then thrown ourselves into it. Every idea is our own because we've not watched anything on it.
And going back to what you said about making it different, everybody does it is different because there's no characters in it and there's no set way of doing it. So there's no wrong way of doing it. So everybody's interpretation is different.
So as a member of the audience watching it, I don't actually know what I'm coming to see, really.
Not really, no, you know so the whole heap of different stuff you get shown into. But it's very interesting and it's very confusing.
Fascinating.
I think for the audience it'll be really confusing, especially if they've never heard the play before. They'll be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But it's our job to make it
Clear.
like, like I think Martin Crimp's, it's kind of to do with everyday life as well. Like the one we're doing, The Camera Loves You, that's like basically saying, for all these celebrities out there and stuff that always get photoshopped and stuff and photo shoots, and then they get put in magazines and they look amazing and perfect, and for younger people out there looking at these magazines, they're like, why am I perfect? Why can't I be like that? But it's not like that. They don't actually look like that in real life. And that's like the meaning of The Camera Loves You. The camera makes you look perfect when actually they're not. They're just the same as everybody else.
Yeah, and it's not to say that everything someone's on the outside is not what they're like on the inside. Because the character that I play is very sweet to relate with, but turned out really awful.
It's very current then, the themes you
Yeah, so for the audience, like
also as well as generally, it's quite funny. There's some stuff that's a bit
it'll make them realise that actually this isn't the image that you've got to be, and just be who you are basically, because you think that everybody in magazines are perfect, but it's just because they're being photoshopped and stuff. So this scene basically showing that to everyone, so it's linked with modern day life.
Quite. Actually, that leads me perfectly into my next question. Is this play appealing for everyone, or do you think it's for a selective audience?
No, I think it's generally for absolutely everyone, because there is everything in there. It's not just a one set play. It's not like you're going to see comedy or you're going to see a piece of drama. It's a piece of everything.
And there's one scene, I can't think what it's called, but it's a song, and one of our cast members came up with the idea of singing Frozen behind the song. So that's like for younger audience as well, because they'll listen to the tune behind and they'll realise that it's Frozen.
I'm finding it difficult to make the leap between Frozen and then you're saying anal.
No, this is a different scene. In one of the scenes, it's basically just a big monologue, but we decided to make it a song, so just pick a song that the words fit into it.
I wouldn't advise to read the child.
Right,
It's
okay.
got to be
So
for a
it
set.
is
Children, like
got to be for
teenagers,
these
kind of.
Teenagers.
Yeah.
right, I get you. So the audience is going to be more adults.
Yeah.
It's not for children.
It's not
Probably 16.
Yeah, you won't read children.
Appreciate that. Right, thank you for clearing that up. My final question, and thank you so much for this. Has this play affected you as a person in any way? I mean, have you learned anything? Have you gained any further experience? And is this sort of the style of performance you'd like to continue to do?
I wouldn't say it's affected me personally, but as an actor, it definitely stretches you, because you have to, especially with this, character change is so quick, and you're going in from one straight to a completely different character, so it's really challenging, and it's quite mentally challenging. You go from going to a scene where you're being really simple, and to a scene where you're being like a bit silly. That's also, but I don't take any of it home.
I think when we first read it through, we was all like, what is this? Like, it doesn't make any sense. But the more I've read it, the more I've realised that don't judge something before you've tried it, because doing different things is sometimes a good thing, because it stretches and it gives you more experience and stuff with different types of things. And I think with this play, because it's basically one strap to the other, but they're all completely different stories, it's like being on stage for the full time, and it like having to change characters, so it's changing your emotions and the way you're acting, and it's just stretching you as an actor.
Yeah.
Is it quite exhausting?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially if you do full rehearsals with it, it does tire you out.
Right. Well, thank you very much for the interview. And you're showing at Westwood in January, isn't it?
That's right.
If anyone wants any further details, please look on the website. And that's all for today. Thank you very much.